congressman to vote this way.
Just like he was the only one to vote against Children's Hospital.
Instead, Cotton voted for tax cuts for billionaires funding his campaign.
Rather than protecting our families.
We need a new mattress.
Don't worry, I speak exhausted.
What's he saying?
He's sorry for keeping you up.
Oh.
Get a free box spring on select Serta sets. Save up to $1,000 on select bases when you buy any iSeries or iComfort mattress. And enjoy 60-month no-interest financing at Haverty's. Discover something new.
You can build your own country dinner plate at Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. Choose your entree, 2 sides, plus corn muffins or biscuits for $7.69. So stop on by. You're always welcome.
Football starts here. Thursday Night Football on THV11. Now, from Arkansas's News and Information Center, this is THV11 News at noon.
Police and deputies are looking for an escaped inmate. Thanks for joining us this noon hour. I'm Elise Seedy. Deputies say 30-year-old Anel Castro ran away from a transport vehicle around 7 o'clock this morning. THV11's Dan Grossman is live in Interstate Park, where police are focusing their search. Dan?
Elise, police say that they got a tip from someone saying they saw a man that fit the description of Castro here earlier this morning. As you just mentioned, they focused a lot of their attention here in Interstate Park and also in the surrounding areas. We just got done talking with Lieutenant Carl Minden. You can hear the chopper landing in the background, but we just got done speaking with Lieutenant Carl Minden with the sheriff's office, and he said about an hour and 15 minutes ago they saw a man that fit the description of Castro, which is 5'1", 118 pounds, and in his mugshot he has short hair, but they say he now has long black hair. They said they saw him about 150 yards into this railroad track right here. Then they said they lost track of him, but they said they're going to continue to be searching this area until they find him. Area schools have been put on lockdown because of this incident. We spoke with Kelly Rogers, superintendent of North Little Rock Schools. He said they put all schools in that area on lockdown this morning as soon as they heard news of this escapee, but that has since been lifted. Some certain Little Rock schools have also been put on lockdown, but we're going to be giving you the latest information on this search. You can check out on our website, THV11.com. But for now, reporting live in Little Rock, Dan Grossman, THV11 News.
All right, Dan, thank you for the updates. Now let's get you a first check of your forecast. For that, we'll send things out to Tom Brannon in the Weather Garden. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Elise. Yeah, it's a beautiful afternoon. Temperatures only in the 60s. We've got a nice northwest wind, plenty of dry, cool, comfortable air. You don't believe me, do you?
Oh, I don't.
You don't? Okay. All right. Well, you shouldn't.
I know better.
Oh, it's hot and sticky. You know, we made it to 94 degrees here at noon. It was 93 at 11. One interesting thing I'm beginning to see, some puffy fair weather cumulus beginning to pop up, which would be indicative of the possibility of a few isolated showers this afternoon. Heat-driven showers, a wave of low pressure over the Gulf. So not going to rule out a chance of rain. I mentioned the temperature 94. We've got a heat index value over 100. We have a heat advisory in effect for the rest of the day. And there are the temperatures. Now, when you throw in the added humidity, it feels a lot hotter outside, so be careful. 104, the heat index in Searcy, 105 Stuttgart. Feels like 104 Arkadelphia. More on the weather in just a moment. But first, back into you, Elise.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. Developing news now. Fort Lee Army Base in Central Virginia was on lockdown this morning after calls of an active shooter on the base. Army officials say a soldier had a gun inside of a building and then shot herself. She was taken to the hospital. No one else was hurt. The funeral today for the teenager shot and killed by a Ferguson, Missouri police officer just wrapped up. Mourners began lining the streets of the St. Louis church near there before Michael Brown's funeral. The August 9th death of the 18-year-old sparked days of violence and protest in the St. Louis suburb. Guests at Brown's funeral included Reverend Al Sharpton, Martin Luther King Jr. III, Reverend Jesse Jackson, and the family of Trayvon Martin. There were even celebrities like Spike Lee, Sean P. Diddy Combs, and Snoop Dogg. Families in central and southern Arkansas who need help with their utility bills can apply for assistance today. The Central Arkansas Development Council says in order to qualify for this, you need a disconnect notice. If you live in Calhoun, Lone Oak, Clark, Montgomery, Columbia, Ouachita, Dallas, Pike, Hot Spring, Pulaski, Saline, and Union counties, this is for you. For more information on times and locations, you can head to THV11.com. And some North Little Rock residents will go before the city's board in hopes of connecting Maumelle Boulevard and Interstate 40. Supporters say this would create easier highway access. Maumelle has already approved funding for a new highway exit at a former rest stop on the interstate. The meeting is tonight at 6 o'clock at City Hall. And in Pine Bluff, officials are giving the public the opportunity to have their questions answered over concerns about demolishing 600 condemned homes. Prison inmates would be doing that work. It's a new program proposed by the Department of Arkansas Community Correction. The hope is that it would give inmates job skills to use when they're released. The public meeting starts at 5:30 tonight at City Hall. No word of any suspects from the weekend killing of 2 people in Magnolia. One, a Southern Arkansas University football player. The sheriff's office says the shooting happened during a fight early yesterday at the VFW post on Highway 82 East. 23-year-old Brandon Hobdy of Garland, Texas, was a senior wide receiver for SAU. 24-year-old Wayne Payton of Magnolia was also killed. The school held a candlelight vigil for Hobdy last night on campus. And today, still no suspects in the murders of 2 people in Alexander. The shooting happened Friday just before midnight. Police say the 2 men went into a house party, ordered everyone to lie down, and then they reportedly shot those who were trying to get away. 40-year-old Joe Dickerson of Little Rock and 54-year-old Patricia Tucker of Alexander were both killed. Family and friends held a vigil Saturday night. The man wanted for killing his dad and robbing his grandma is in custody today. According to state police, Dustin Burrow of Brinkley was found by Colorado authorities. Brinkley police found the body of Carl Burrow on the family's property Thursday. Troopers are in Colorado right now getting ready for an extradition hearing. The body of a missing Randolph County woman has been found on the Current River. Arkansas Game and Fish and the Randolph County Sheriff's Department found the body down from the Johnson-Edie River access yesterday afternoon. They'll release the woman's name once her family has been notified. The Sheriff's Department is still investigating and will send the body to the medical examiner to determine her cause of death. Sherwood police say they now have a suspect in the stabbing at Lake Cherrywood Park. Javon Shearer turned himself into police Friday. He's charged with felony battery. Police say 3 people were stabbed when a fight broke out at the park earlier this month. And in Jonesboro, 6 teens were found with a stolen vehicle and a gun in an ASU parking garage. Police say the teens were stopped in a stolen Kia Optima Saturday. A bullet, a spent casing, knives, and beer were also found in the car. Police charged one of the teens with theft of a vehicle and possession of a firearm. The 5 others were cited for being minors in possession of alcohol. But the names and ages of the teens is not being released yet. The State Division of Youth Services investigating a detention facility near Alexander. The Disability Rights Center says some staff members used rewards to get kids to punch and bully their peers. Other allegations include fights just outside of video surveillance camera zones. Both groups say they'll recommend improvements. Looking ahead, the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff kicks off its lecture series tomorrow with music icon Rev Run. The frontman of Run DMC will speak at the H.O. Clemens Arena at 6 o'clock, and it's all a part of the university's Pride Forum, a collection of distinguished speakers. The event is free and open to the public, and it's the main attraction for Welcome Back Week.
A 2-headed snapping turtle born in northeast Arkansas. The baby turtle was discovered last week at the NEA Turtle Farm in Amigan.
The employee there says the common snapper was discovered among a group of 30,000 that'll be shipped to China. They previously found a hatchling with 1 neck and 2 heads, but that one died at birth.
Oh, a state biologist says turtle mutations are rare, but are becoming more common.
I've never seen anything like that, Tom.
Well, you know, 2 heads are better than 1.
Even in turtles, I guess.
I guess I wonder if they're going to fight over the same food source. That's mine.
Probably. I don't know how it works. It's kind of cute, though, in a weird way.
Yeah.
Coming up, Burger King's headquarters might be headed out of the country, and find out why the Drug Enforcement Administration changing the rules on painkillers. We'll have those stories coming up.
How hot will it get today? We're on our way, folks, and maybe even an isolated shower. Your forecast is coming up.
THV11 weather is brought to you by Wilson's Home Improvement.
At Wilson's, we are willing and able to back up everything we say.
I believe that we're the only company that can back up what we tell the customers in the home.
And I have worked for some of the other companies, and it is a good feeling to work for a company that cares about their customers.
Wilson's has been #1 in the siding and window industry and #1 in customer service for over a decade.
Call us today and experience the reasons why we've become the #1 customer service company in the siding and window industry.
In Arkansas, the law allows one tax credit on one home. But one wasn't enough for Asa Hutchinson. For years, he pocketed illegal tax credits on multiple homes. And when it came out, Asa didn't tell the truth, saying he never claimed those tax credits. But official county records show that's just not true. Asa even signed the applications himself. Asa Hutchinson, cheating on his taxes, not telling the truth. That's not how we do things in Arkansas.
John Burkhalter grew up in my church in North Little Rock. He was an Eagle Scout. John worked through school, started a family to be proud of, and built several small businesses, creating jobs. And now, career Washington politicians are trying to tear him down. But I know John Burkhalter, and John's never stopped creating opportunities so Arkansas families come out on top. I trust John Burkhalter. He has the values Arkansas needs for Lieutenant Governor.
Dentures are very different than real teeth. They're about 10 times softer and have surface pores where bacteria can multiply. Polident kills 99.99% of odor-causing bacteria and helps dissolve stains for a cleaner, fresher, brighter denture every day.
Welcome back. This noon hour, very hot and steamy afternoon. Temperatures have reached the middle 90s yet again. Here at noon, heat index values well over 100 in some areas. Outside, we've got a few clouds. Let me show you the shot looking westbound. And we're beginning to see more vertical ascent or upward motion with some of these clouds. So there's a possibility of a couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. It's very warm and steamy, 94 degrees. As we transition, check that heat advisory information for a good part of Arkansas for the rest of the day today. It's going to feel like 105 to 110 in these areas, and even southern Arkansas could experience 100-degree plus feel. It is now 94 with a dew point of 70. That's an impressive feel. It feels like 100 in Little Rock. Calm wind, pressure is high. And let's see, who's got the hottest place in the state? Who's the hottest? Well, Searcy 94, Little Rock 94, Pine Bluff 93, along with Monticello. So we are looking very, very warm outdoors. And when you factor in the dew point and the humidity, it feels like 105 Batesville, 105 Stuttgart, and 103 in Camden. And it's only going to feel a little hotter this afternoon, about 105 to 110 at the peak of the afternoon. So here's your planner for the rest of the day. At 3 o'clock, this is what I expect our afternoon maximum to be, 97. And at 3 o'clock, the forecast heat index values around 108 in Searcy, 105 in Camden. And even at 7 o'clock, it's going to be mighty toasty with a temperature of 94. But some good news is on the way. Moisture levels are running a little higher today with the disturbance moving along the Gulf Coast, a little low pressure area. And it may, and it's already beginning to spawn a couple of showers here in southeast Arkansas. Over the northern plains and Midwest, a frontal boundary that is lifting away from us and in between the heat advisory for a good part of Arkansas and most of Missouri that's going to last us through the afternoon. Now, the heat advisory looks like it's going to go away after today, but tomorrow still will be plenty hot. There's that area of disturbed weather here and also over the northern plains and Midwest. Shower chances will go up about 3, 4 o'clock today. We'll see a chance of a shower thunderstorm. And again, tomorrow afternoon, we could be looking at a shower or thunderstorm as well. Here's what your extended forecast looks like. Running out of time here. We are going to cool off with readings back in the low 90s. Heading back over to Elise.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. A magnitude 6.9 earthquake hit southern Peru. Scientists say it was centered less than 500 kilometers southeast of Lima in a region known for copper and gold mines. So far, no reports of any injuries or damage. The quake happened about 37 miles underground, and they say that might be the reason there was a limited impact felt on the surface. And another earthquake, this one a magnitude 6.0, shook Napa, California yesterday. The quake struck the heart of the state's wine country. The damage assessment continues today, but the initial assessment found dozens of homes and buildings were damaged. The quake was the largest to shake the San Francisco Bay Area since 1989. More news now from California. Crews are working in steep terrain there to contain lines around a wildfire near the Northern California town of Weaverville. It's already forced the evacuation of 200 homes, and as of this morning, the fire was 25% contained. The flames didn't spread overnight, and it's burned nearly 650 acres. Today will bring increased risks as gusty winds and dry conditions continue. In your world news, in Iraq, American warplanes hit more ISIS targets over the weekend, bringing the total number of U.S. airstrikes to 96. Anna Corin has more.
With lightning-quick advances across much of Iraq, the marauding, bloodthirsty militants with their black insignia appeared to be an undefeatable force on a mission to terrorize the country. But when ISIS suddenly turned its attention towards Kurdistan, northern Iraq, it underestimated the opposition. From the skies, the United States pounded enemy positions, helping Kurdish and Iraqi forces on the ground to drive back the Islamic extremists. Recapturing Mosul Dam, a turning point. According to senior Kurdish officials, ISIS is now on the back foot.
They have changed their tactics for sure. Now they are not moving in long convoys. They're trying to avoid airstrikes by using civilian vehicles.
While they may control 1/3 of Iraq, ISIS is overstretched, fighting on multiple fronts in dozens of towns and cities, calling in reinforcements from areas they already control to help in battle. While ISIS propaganda would have us believe they're a conquering force expanding their so-called caliphate, senior officials here say that is not the case. From the militants that they have captured and interrogated, they admit morale has taken a direct hit ever since US airstrikes began more than 2 weeks ago. And for that reason, the Kurds are calling for an ongoing US air campaign, hinting at the possibility of striking ISIS targets in Syria, its safe haven.
Airstrikes, expanding airstrikes, and authorizing them to target the leadership of ISIS or to expand the geographical areas of their strikes is going to also be very effective.
But no one here is pretending this war will be over in a couple of months. ISIS, now thought to have a force of at least 40,000 fighters across Syria and Iraq, is in for the long haul.
Mosul to them is very important, so they would probably fight to death to keep Mosul. And there are some key areas that are very important to them. That doesn't mean that they have given up attacking new areas.
A harsh reality, but one these fighters say they are prepared for. Anna Corin, CNN, Erbil, Kurdistan, Iraq.
In business news today, Burger King's corporate headquarters in Miami might be leaving for Canada. They're in talks with Canadian coffee chain Tim Hortons. The combined company would be the world's third largest fast food chain. That merger would allow Burger King to cut its tax bill. It's called an inversion merging with a foreign company and relocating headquarters outside of the U.S., which has the highest corporate tax rate among developed countries. At least 47 companies have done this in the past 10 years. And Apple iPhone 5 users, you may be eligible for a free battery replacement. Apple said a small percentage of iPhone 5 smartphones may experience shorter battery life or need to be charged more frequently. Only iPhone 5s, though, sold between September of 2012 and January of 2013 are eligible for this, and only those that fall within a certain range of serial numbers. Apple has opened a website that allows people to determine whether their phones are included. Just head to apple.com for more information. And a group of hackers knocked out a number of popular online video gaming services, including the Sony PlayStation Network. Lizard Squad claims responsibility for taking down PSN, along with other services that allow millions of gamers to play together over the internet. The targeted companies say that hackers used a distributed denial of service, or DDoS, attack to overwhelm the networks with web traffic. The FBI says it's investigating the hacks. And addiction and death from prescription painkillers has become an epidemic, so the Drug Enforcement Administration hoping to make the pills harder to get. The agency is tightening controls on hydrocodone products like Vicodin and are changing their classification from Schedule 3 to Schedule 2. What does that all mean, though? Here's what it means. They put all drugs into 5 categories or schedules based on the likelihood for abuse. Moving hydrocodone products to Schedule 2 means that patients will need a written prescription and it can't be called in. Refills are prohibited as well. We're headed off to a break. Dr. Bob Hale will join us in the studio to answer your pet questions. That's coming up on THV11 News at noon. Stay with us.
Thanks for watching THV11.
As Wall Street profits, we pay the price. Tom Cotton made over $200,000 working for corporate interests. Now, Cotton wants to privatize Social Security, risking seniors' pensions on the stock market, which could mean billions in profits for Wall Street. Worse, Cotton voted to cut Social Security benefits and raise the retirement age to 70. We just can't trust Congressman Cotton. Patriot Majority USA is responsible for the content of this advertising.
With the average bill for television service climbing to over $75 per month and everything from grocery to gas prices going up, we're all looking for ways to save some money. Brian Bluvis is here from Dish Direct to share some information on how to save money by switching to Dish Network.
Well, TV rates just keep climbing, and people are now realizing that there's a better option. Dish Network has the best value in TV entertainment with the lowest all-digital price nationwide. And when you realize the savings and the benefits, it just makes sense to switch.
Well, let's talk about some of those benefits. What are they?
Well, for starters, Dish Network has more HD channels available than any other provider. And the remote control is easy to use, and then there's the DVR, which everybody loves. And that allows you to pause, rewind, and record TV. Dish Network also offers the new multi-room DVR, so you can record in one room and then watch it in another.
I love that idea. Now, we mentioned that the cable rates are on the rise. What are the rates with Dish Network?
Well, Dish Network now has popular packages with all of your favorite channels, including locals, starting as low as $19.99 per month. And you get to lock in that price for 1 year.
Wow.
And if you call now, you'll receive all HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and Starz channels free for 3 months and receive the activation and installation free.
I understand you have something special for our viewers today.
That's right, we do. The next 20 people that call us and order Dish Network service are going to receive a $50 Visa gift card that can be spent anywhere. And this is exclusive for phone orders only. So call 1-888-960-5348. It's really easy to set up over the phone, and we're usually able to do same-day or next-day installations. And this is a limited time offer, so please call now. Call 1-888-960-5348. That's 1-888-960-5348.
Get THV weather and Ed Buckner's forecast on Kissin' 96, all things country.
Welcome back. We're keeping an eye on your pet's health this Medical Monday. Dr. Bob Hill from Briarwood Animal Hospital is here to answer some questions. Now, we posed these questions earlier this morning, and we have some answers for you. Our first question is from Raleigh, and she is Rayleigh. I'm going to say Raleigh. It's probably not Raleigh.
Raleigh.
Raleigh?
Raleigh.
Raleigh?
That's a southern name.
Every once in a while, Malasa Opsa will sneeze several times in a row, and it's hard to get her to stop sneezing. Could this be because of allergies or something else?
More than likely it's allergies. More than likely it's just the pollen in the air. It's seasonal, if you'll notice, and probably it'll stop at the end of this season. It may go through the fall, probably stop during the December, January time, and then pick back up next spring. I tell people not to do anything about this unless it's a problem. You'll know if it's a problem because it'll become excessive and there'll be a discharge from the nose. So if there's a discharge, you need to call your veterinarian.
Okay. Liz Rayburn Johnson asks, why do older dogs tend to have problems with their back, hips, and legs? What can be done?
Older dogs, especially our large breed dogs, Labrador, Golden Retriever, Great Dane, those dogs tend to have arthritic problems because of dysplasia. Mild hip dysplasia in the hips where they don't actually fit real good together. They're a little bit crossways with each other, and you get bone on bone. You'll notice this usually when dogs reach the age of like 10 to 12. They get up slowly, they may, make a little noise, and that's when you want to talk to your veterinarian and have them x-rayed. There are things you can do for that.
Melanie wants to know about her cat, always coughing. I give her allergy medication and hairball formula food, but it hasn't gone away. Not sure what it is.
Yeah, coughing is really difficult, whether it's a dog or a cat, because it can be heart related, it can be heartworm related, it can be lung related, it can be pneumonia, it can be fungus. There's a variety. There's so many things that can go on with the lungs. So whenever we see or hear of a patient that's coughing, I highly recommend that you go in and get some x-rays done.
One more quick one. This one's got me laughing. Candy says, my cat has extremely dry skin. She's constantly scratching. She's been bathed, vetted, had shots for allergies. Started giving her coconut oil mixed in her food. She pulls her hair out and scratches. She's miserable. She has a mohawk because she can't reach the hair on her back to pull it out.
And that's true. They'll pull all the hair off the sides and have a mohawk. Talk to your veterinarian about two things. There's a food called ZD Ultra hydrolyzed allergy food, and there's also some allergy medicine for cats called Atopica. Talk to your veterinarian about that. It is allergy, severe allergy, by the way.
All right, Dr. Bob, good to have you here. Thank you. Thank you for the questions. We'll be right back.
Football starts here. Thursday Night Football on THV11.
As a prosecutor, Nate Steele put away violent criminals and sexual predators and stood up for victims of crime. Now, as Arkansas's meth crisis is causing overcrowded prisons and putting public safety at risk, Steele supports new drug courts for non-violent offenders to keep violent criminals behind bars. To make Arkansas safer, we don't need more politics. We need a prosecutor as tough as Steele. Nate Steele for Attorney General.
Nearly 60 million Americans depend on free local TV. News, sports, weather emergencies, especially diverse communities, rural towns, the elderly. They save thousands every year on cable and satellite bills. Pay TV providers don't like that. They're pushing Washington to change the rules and cripple free TV. Call Congress. Tell them to stand up for 60 million Americans and stand up to pay TV providers. Don't mess with free TV.
Unfortunately, bugs in real life just aren't as cute as the ones you see on TV. At Clark Exterminating, our technicians make sure that you see as few of the real bugs in life as possible. Call for a free quote today. Clark Exterminating. The bug stops here.
So why switch to Dish?
With Dish, you get more options, you get more value, you get more channels. With Dish, you get more.
And you can get more for less. Save as much as $800 in just your first year with our best deal ever. Switch to Dish and save, with prices starting at just $32.99 a month. But wait, call right now and save even more with promotional prices starting at just $19.99 a month for 12 months.
We are Dish customers for life. We love Dish.
This is our best deal ever. Call now to switch to Dish.
I'm Patrick Henry Hayes, and when I became mayor, you had to go to 9 different offices for city services. 9 offices. So I put them all in one building. Doesn't seem like much, but we saved taxpayers millions and made starting a business here about 9 times easier. That kind of common sense is how we balanced 24 budgets, cut our debt in half, and attracted thousands of jobs. I approve this message because there's no good reason they can't do that in Congress.
Unfortunately, bugs in real life just aren't as cute as the ones you see on TV. At Clark Exterminating, our technicians make sure that you see as few of the real bugs in life as possible. Call for a free quote today. Clark Exterminating. The bug stops here.
Welcome back. Many believe that young people should have later start times for school so that they can catch up on sleep.
I vote for that. This is because of findings in a study from American Academy of Pediatrics.
Delaying the start of the school day for middle and high school students until at least 8:30 a.m. can reduce chronic sleep loss, which is linked to poor health.
Study suggests teens should get between 8 and 9.5 hours of school or sleep a day on school nights. I wish I could.
They don't want
like
that to be school.
No, they don't want that. 8 to 9.5 hours of school. All right. Want to show you a live view, Max. A couple of widely scattered showers beginning to develop in the heat of the day over southeast Arkansas, but we could see a few more of those develop closer to central Arkansas. Now, that may take the heat out initially. Still expecting a high of 97 today. Tomorrow, a little bit cooler. And as we round out the week, we drop back only into the low 90s, which I think a lot of folks will be okay with.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a great Monday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.
Thanks for watching THV 11 News. Stay connected to the THV Information Center 24/7 on your mobile device and with the THV 11 app for your iPad.
Ed? Looks like you're running out of juice.
Gotta finish this column.
Oh, you're not plugged in there. Good luck with that.
Read Ed Baig. When it comes to the latest in personal tech, he's plugged in. USA Today.
I'm Asa, and that's my granddaughter, Ella Beth. Not only does she play basketball and is on the swim team, but she also taught herself basic computer programming. She even created an app you can download on your phone. She's my inspiration for putting computer science, particularly coding, in every Arkansas high school. It is a high-paying skill, and it's the future for many Arkansas boys and girls. Right, Ella Beth?
Right, Papa.
Cost Plus Furniture Warehouse has made a special purchase of select items for our giant Labor Day event. Don't miss out on huge savings. Famous name brands up to 40% off. Table and 6 stools compare at $888. Our price only $588. 4-piece queen bedroom compare at $1188. Our price only $899. Leather sofas from Italy compare at $1288. Warehouse price only $699. During our huge Labor Day event, drop the stores that cost you more and save at Cost Plus Furniture Warehouse in Little Rock and Malvern.
Bill and Ray don't agree on much, except fishing. So they fish. But when folks in Washington don't agree, they just bicker. Luckily, our Senator Mark Pryor knows a thing or two about getting folks to work together. He helped pass a budget that put our economic well-being first, kept Social Security safe. Mark Pryor brought people together and got results for Arkansas families. Call and thank Mark Pryor for putting us first.
Get news and weather anytime, anywhere with the THV apps.
Scott Bakula.
We're gonna have some fun.
NCIS New Orleans, Tuesdays this fall.
Wow, I was so confident in this. Really believed in our relationship at 3 o'clock, just came and went.
Hope I was there.
No, Liam, you weren't. I waited for you.
I know. I know you waited. You didn't wait long enough.
So, you're saying there were 2 hot tubs on this yacht?
Yeah. But you know, people are starting to leave. I should probably go find Hope so we can start saying our goodbyes.
Oh, she's around. Don't worry about it. Yeah, tell us about the vows.
Okay. Hey, Wyatt, could I